Hey everyone and welcome back. So finally we are in the stage where we can begin our journey into the Amazon Web Services, also known as AWS. So let's get started. Now AWS is one of the top public cloud service providers available in the market, and it has more than 140 plus services. Now we'll be discussing about this services in a moment, but one of the great advantage which AWS provides is its availability across the world. So you will see that AWS has their data centers in almost all the continents of the world. So you have one in America, you have one in South America, then you have one in Europe, then upcoming one is also coming in Africa. Then you also have in India, Australia, you have Tokyo, and so on. So let's say that I am going to create an e-commerce website and most of my clients will be from India region. So what I'll do, all of my servers that I'll create in this AWS region of India. Similarly, if someone is creating their website in Australia region where most of the clients are going to be from Australia, he can launch it from the Sydney region and so on. So depending upon where your user base is, you can go ahead and create the servers and services in that region. So that will lead to minimal latency, which in turn will have a good user experience. So this is one of the great benefits which AWS provides. Now, one of the other interesting part is associated with the Gartner's Magic Quadrant. So Gartner's Magic Quadrant, for those who are unaware of it, basically Gartner releases this Magic Quadrant for various technologies. So what happens is this Magic Quadrant is, there are 4 blocks over here. So this first block is associated with the leaders. So leaders are the top ones in the market. Then you have the visionaries, then you have the niche players, and then you have the challengers. So any organization which is in the top in the leaders are considered to be one of the best which is available in the market. So this Magic Quadrant here is associated with the cloud service provider. And if you'll see in this quadrant, Amazon Web Services is at the top. Following Amazon Web Services, you have Microsoft, which is the Azure. Then you have the GCP. So you'll see there is so big difference between Amazon Web Services, which is at the top, and the second most player within the leader section of the Magic Quadrant. So I'll give you one interesting example. So in one of the organizations that I used to work with, the manager who used to approve various tools that we used to select, he will only approve that tool if that tool is within this leaders quadrant. If anyone tells him to approve the tool which is part of the visionary or the niche player, he'll not accept it. He'll say only go for the technology which is part of the leaders quadrant. So only the organizations which are part of the leaders quadrant, go ahead and select that. So that was his way of selecting the tools for the organization, and that really makes a lot of sense. Now speaking about the AWS services, AWS has a broad range of services available for compute, storage, you have database, you have analytics, you have encryption, deployment, and so many more. So earlier people used to assume that cloud computing only allows us to launch servers, but that is only part of compute. You can do a lot of things apart from launching servers. So let me give you an interesting demo which will allow us to see on what cloud service provider can really provide. Now in the first slide, as we are discussing that there are 140 plus services which AWS provides, and each service has its own functionality or its own purpose. So this is the AWS console, and if you look here, there are a lot of services which are available over here. So let me give you one example of the service right away, and that service is part of the machine learning section. So the service is called as the Amazon Recognition. So here let's go ahead and try a demo over here. So what this service does is you upload a photo, and that service will be able to detect the objects which are part of the photo. So currently you see that this is the photo, and within this photo you have a car, you have a person over here, and this service was able to quickly identify. So as I hover my mouse, it basically tells you what this object is, and on the right hand side it gives you the probability of this specific detection. So let's take one more example. I'll upload a random photo here. So let me go ahead and upload one photo over here. So this is basically a photo of an animal and a person. So you see, it was able to quickly detect it. So person with a 99.5% accuracy. Then you have an antelope, a deer, a elk, and you can even click on show more, and it will also give you that there is a clothing, there's a apparel over here, and there are pants over here. So this is a pretty interesting service which Amazon provides. So any photo that you provide to Amazon recognition, it will be able to detect the contents of this specific photo. So this is one of the machine learning services. So as we were discussing, that cloud is not just about servers. The services which Amazon provides, this services really makes AWS one of the best cloud providers in the world. Great. So I hope you got an overview understanding of what services are. As we're discussing, each service are classified into a multiple high level category. So there are compute services where you can go ahead and launch your own servers. There are database services where you can go ahead and launch a database related infrastructure. You have a deployment service, you have a storage service, and as we were discussing, there were services related to machine learning where we explored the Amazon recognition. So let me give you one more example about the benefits of AWS services, and this is one of the real world scenarios. So a lot of organizations used to spend tens of thousands of dollars building their own storage solutions for backup. Now this used to take a significant amount of time and a high investment, because not only you have to pay for the storage solution, but you also have to hire a skilled storage administrators for your organization who can build and manage storage solutions for you. So now what happened with Amazon was Amazon introduced a service called as Amazon S3. And with the single click of a upload button, any file that you upload to S3, you get a durability of 99.119 in less than a minute of work. So you just have to upload your file and that's about it. This is the amount of durability that you get without investing a single money in this storage solutions for backup. So I used to have a very good friend. He used to work as a storage administrator in one of the top organizations in the world. So after some time I got his message because he started to study AWS certifications, primarily because the organizations are no longer spending money in designing their own storage solutions. Most of them are migrating to cloud service providers specifically for the services like S3, which really allows you to have a high durability with minimal amount of investment cost. So let's also take this example so that we have the basics clear. Now again, this AWS S3 is one of the services which Amazon provides. So going back to the console, this time we'll go to services, and earlier we basically went to the machine learning section. This time we are more interested in the storage section. So if you look into the right hand side, this is the storage section, and there are a lot of services which are available in this storage section. Each service has its own importance. So let's click on S3 for now. So within this S3 service, there are certain buckets which are available. You can consider this as folders for now. So let me click on one of the bucket here and let me go ahead and upload a file. So I'll select this image file and I'll go ahead and I'll click on upload. And you see the upload has been successful, and that's about it. You see, it just took few seconds, and now this file that we have, this file has the durability of 99.11 nines. So an organization will have to make a zero upfront investment, nor they'll have to spend a lot of money for skilled storage administrators. So this is one of the big advantages which AWS brings within the industry. Now another big masterstroke which AWS had played is its pay as you go model. This is fantastic. So what this allows you to do, it allows organization to only pay for the resources that they have created in AWS for the time that the resources were running. So let's say that you have created a server and that server was running for only 1 hour. So you only pay for that 1 hour. You do not really pay anything extra other than that 1 hour of cost. So that is what is called as pay as you go model. I still remember, because in India there is an interesting concept, because what happens is that if you go in hotel, so you have to pay for 24 hours. So even if you stay for, let's say you stay for 6 hours, but you still pay for 1 day. So that is the older model. In one of the locations in India, there is a new hotel. So the concept that they have brought is, if you are going to stay in that hotel for 6 hours, you only pay for that 6 hours. You do not really pay for 24 hours. So that was very interesting concept. And I would say that concept was taken from the cloud, because pay as you go model is one of the characteristics of a cloud service provider. Apart from that, AWS Marketplace is really amazing. Let me give you one example here. So this is the AWS Marketplace, and let me quickly take an example of Nginx Plus. So this is a premium offering by Nginx. So if you go a bit down, if you'll see, the pricing here is at an hourly basis. So let's say that you select an instance which has 4 GB of RAM. So in this case, you pay a software charge of $0.34 for this Nginx Plus. So if you are using this Nginx Plus, which is a paid software, and if you are using it for 1 hour, you are only paying this much amount of cost over here. So this is the hourly cost. You no longer have to pay even for a day, or you do not really need to purchase a license. All you do is you get this from the Amazon Marketplace and you pay at an hourly basis. Great. So in today's video, we had a high level introduction about AWS. Now, as we go further, we'll be exploring about various AWS services in more detail. But in today's video, I just wanted to keep it at a high level overview to give an understanding on how amazing AWS can be. So that's about it for today's video. I'm very excited for the upcoming videos, because it is going to be a great journey in AWS. So with this, we'll conclude this video. I hope this video has been informative for you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.